Hello all, my name is Rahman and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another machine learning project video. In this video, we are going to do an interesting machine learning project known as volume controller using hand gestures. Now up to this point guys, we have done a lot of machine learning projects like we have done the license plate detection, car detection, body detection, face detection, screen recorder. We have done that using OpenCV in the machine learning project itself, but we didn't done such a thing that with which we can control something, whether it's car or something, whatever it is. So first of all, in this video, I am going to control my laptop volume using my hand gestures. Now, normally when we have to control our laptop volume, then you have to open this one, and then you have to press the button on the keyboard. Then it's going to minimize and increase the volume, right? As you can see here in the bottom. But here what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase here. I'm going to do my hand, and then it's going to increase and decrease the volume of my laptop. So I'm going to show you with that example. So first of all guys, in this video I'm going to use the VS Code IDE, VS Code editor, for writing the Python programs. If you want to use the Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab, you can use it, but I'm going to use the VS Code itself. And I have already opened this one, and in this one here, as you can see, I have created a folder known as volume controller, and I have opened that here in the VS Code also. Now I am going to create a file known as volume.py where I can write the Python programs. Now here the question comes here is which library I am going to use in this video. So the first one and the useful one is OpenCV, the second is NumPy, the third is the MediaPipe. Math I am going to use T-type. So I'm going to use around 4 to 5 libraries in this video. First of all, let's install the first library, and that is pip install numpy. So this is the install, how do we install this one. Now for installing the numpy on the Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook, just you have to type the exclamation mark and then type pip install numpy, and we are going to get here in the errors in the VS Code, but in the Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab, you are not going to get any errors. Now here we have this one. Now I am going to install the OpenCV on my computer. Pip install OpenCV-Python, and it's also going to install on my computer. Same thing for this on the Anaconda and Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab. There you have to give exclamation mark and then type pip install OpenCV-Python. Now here we have installed these libraries. Now let's install the media pipe. Okay, and it's going to be installed, but here I have given the pip install. I have forgot to give install media pipe, and now it's going to also install on my computer. It's already installed. Now let's install the pip, the math, but the math is going to come with the Python itself. So it's going to come with the Python, but I want just to try that one. So it's also going to come here. So it's showing me error because it's showing me that we are error could not find a version that satisfied the requirement math from versions to none. Now it's going to just come in, it's going to come with the Python itself. Now let's install the C types. Pip install C types, and it's also going to install here right now, and it's also showing that I'm getting errors because I think this is also going to come with the Python itself. Now let's install the com types. Install com types. Okay, now it's going to install it, but here it's showing already satisfied. Now let's do the same thing for the pycon, and that is pip install pycon, and it's also going to install. Now if you want to install all of these libraries in the Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook, just you have to give the exclamation mark before the command and then run that command. Now these are installed. I want to suggest you is that you should use the Python 3.10, 3.10.9. Okay, so now the latest version of Python is 3.11, 3.11. So you don't need to install that. So I'm going to use the Python 3.10, and the reason here is that I'm getting some errors for installing some of the libraries like MediaPipe. So MediaPipe is not going to come on the Python 3.11. I have researched that one, and I also tried that. It's not coming there, so that's why I removed that and I installed the Python 3.10. Now here, first of all, you don't need to install those stuff as I said you right now. Now in the Python 3.10 media pipe is going to come there. Now first of all, here we have created a file known as media volume.py. Now let's import the OpenCV2 known as. Now you know that why I have given the CV2. So instead of importing the OpenCV, they have given the name of OpenCV as CV2. Now let's import the numpy. So for importing numpy, I am going to give the numpy and it's going to give the as np. And the reason that I have given here is that wherever I have to use the numpy library, then I have to give something like numpy dot. I don't want it to type that much, so that's why I have given np. Okay. Now here we are going to also import the media pipe, right, as mp. So that is np and this is mp. Now below this, I am going to import the math. From math, import we are importing the high pot. Okay, and that is high pot, and it's also going to import here right now. Now this the thing that I have done here is I have imported the high pot from the math library. Now let's import the c types. Import c types. Okay, so the mistake that I have done is instead of from I have to give from C types, I have to import the cast and the pointer. Okay, from C types import the cast, and then I'm going to import the pointer. Okay, pointer. Now this is going to come here right now. But below this one, I'm going to import the com types, and that is going to be this one. Okay, from com types, I'm going to import the CLS. Sorry, by mistake, I have done that by mistake. Okay, now here we have the CLS ctx underscore all. I wanted to use this one itself. Now this is going to come, but below this one more library, and this is the last one, which is going to be the pyco dot pyco. Okay, and from here I am going to import the audio utilities. Okay, audio utilities, it's going to come, and beside this I'm going to import the i audio endpoint volume. This is the one i audio endpoint volume. Now here we have this stuff, right? Now the main thing that we have to do here is that we have to capture the video, right? So here we are doing the hand gesture volume controller, right, with the hand gesture. Now when I do like this with my hand on the camera, it's going to reduce and increase the volume, right? But here the main problem is that we have to capture the video. So for capturing, I'm going to give the cap, and it's going to be equal to cv2 dot video capture, and then in the brackets I'm going to give the 0. And the reason that I'm doing that here is that video capture 0 means it's going to capture my camera. Okay, if you want to give here the video, I am also going to give that. But first of all, I want to try this live, and I'm not able to try that live because here right now I am recording the video, but in place of this video I'm going to play a video where I will show that I am controlling the voice with my hands. Now we have the cv2.video capture 0. Now below this one, guys, I am going to give the mp hands, and this is going to be the variable where I will be giving the mp solutions, which is going to be the media pipe. Import media pipe as mp. That's why we have given mp dot solutions dot hands. Okay, now we have this one solutions dot hands. Now I am going to give this one hands, and this is going to be equal to mp hands dot hands. Okay, now here I am going to draw this one. Okay, mp dot, we have to draw the light raw, and it's going to be equal to mp dot solutions, and this is also going to be the drawing utilities I'm going to give. Okay, util, sorry. Now what I'm doing here is, first of all, I'm capturing my video. Okay, after capturing that, I'm giving a variable known as this one. When I capture that, it's going to detect the hand, and then it's going to create a variable known as mp draw. When I do like this, it's going to draw the pointers and the lines on my hands. It's going to be something like segmentation, let's say. So when I move my fingers or hands, it's going to detect my full hand, and then it's going to reduce and increase the volume. Now guys, as you can see here on the screen, that here I have written 4 lines of code. So till that, from the time I was just talking about these things like what I have written, all of the stuff. And then later on I have written these things, and the reason that I have not shown in the video is that it's going to waste some more time. That's why I have not written, and I wanted to just explain you this one. And after writing this, now here what I have done is, now this project is about volume controlling, right? So that's why I have created a variable known as devices audio utilities dot get speakers. Now what it is going to do is, it's going to call the speakers. Okay, it's going to use the speakers, and then we have created a variable known as interface, where we are activating all of this stuff, like with the volume we are interacting with the volume speakers. Okay, now we have the volume equal to cast interface, we are calling that this pointer audio volume, all of this stuff. Now we have to do the volume max, and we have to do the volume max and min. Now you can adjust that here also. Okay, now here we have this stuff, right? Now first of all we have to write some more program, and that is the while true. Now let's use it, the while loop. For that here I'm going to give the while true, and below this one I'm going to give the success, and this is going to be two variables, so we know that how to use that. So I'm going to give the img, and it's going to be equal to cap dot read. Now guys, I think this code is going to be around 70 or 80 lines of code. This is because here we are doing the project of volume controller using register, so this is pretty much difficult for doing, not difficult, but we have to write a lot of programs. Now while importing this, just 7 lines of code has just gone there right now. Now here let's use here the brackets. Now below this brackets I wanted to use here the RGB image, and that is RGB red green blue, red green blue RGB, and it's going to be the CV2. So here we are calling the color CVT color, and here we have called the CVT color, and then in the bracket img comma CV2 dot I'm going to give the color BGR to RGB, not gray, color BGR to RGB. This is the one. Okay, now this is going to work. Here we have, because I have created a variable known as image red green blue, and then below this one I'm going to give the results, and this is going to be the equal to, and this is going to be variable. Okay, that's why I'm giving here the equal to, and this is going to be the hands dot process. Okay, PROs process. Now you may be thinking that why I have created this variable and why I am giving like this, like hands process and all of the stuff. I am going to first of all call this RGB, this image, this variable. Now the thing that I have done here is that I am creating variable. First of all I have given here the true, while true. If it is a true case, then I am calling this one. So you know that how it's going to work. But here we have created a variable known as color. Okay, image RGB, where we are going to do the processing for the colors. After that we are going to do that with the results. Now the results are going to be the hands dot process, hands means these hands. So they have created some variable. Okay, I think I have not created a variable, so here I have created a variable where I'm giving mp dot hands, mp hands dot hands. So in the mp dots I am calling the hands, our hand, so it's going to detect our hand like that. Now below this one guys, I wanted to create a variable known as lm list, and this is going to be the empty, because later on I will try to use here the append. Okay, now let's use here the if statement. For the if statements I have to give here the results. I'm calling this results dot multi hand landmarks. Now the thing that should happen here is that when let's say that here it's detecting my hand. I think you are not able to see my hand, because now you will be thinking that. Okay, now while detecting these hands, what it's going to do is, it's going to do the segmentation on my hand here right now. If you see, here are my bones, let's say. So it's going to start from here, and then what it's going to do is, it's going to give us a type of skeleton. So wherever my bone is ending, it's going to give the point there. Now it's going to put the landmarks on my hand. Okay, so this is going to be the hand landmark. Now below this I wanted to use a for loop, and the for loop is going to be the hand landmark. And then in the results I'm going to call the results which we have used before that, and I'm going to call this multi hand landmarks. And then it's going to give here the semicolon, right? Now I'm going to use the for id comma lm, okay, and this is going to be the in the enumerate. So you know that how to use the why do we use enumerate, okay? And then in the brackets I'm going to give the hand landmark again, and here I'm going to give here the semicolon, and beside this h comma w, which is height comma width comma underscore we are giving, okay? And this is because here we are going to create a variable. Now for creating a variable, what we are saying that we have to detect our hands. Now while detecting, it's going to cover all of the hand, right? It's going to come in the type of a square box, so I don't want that one. Now for doing that one, it's going to give this shape for our hands, like how it's going to be there. Now we have to here we have to give the image dot shape and the brackets, no, not the brackets. Now here I wanted to give the cx comma cy comma sorry equal to int I wanted to give, and then in the brackets I'm going to give the lm dot x into w, x star w. Now in the python we use the star as the multiplication, so that's why I have given here this one. Now let's give the int, and then in the brackets lm dot y into h, okay, lm dot y into to h. Now here we have the y into h. Now you may be thinking that why I have given here y and I have used that somewhere, right? Okay, let's do a thing. Now let's close this one again. Y I have given, and I'm going to multiply this with the h. Okay, now it's going to close here itself, and this is going to be the h. Now this is going to work. Here I have just to close the brackets. Right now we are not going to get any errors. Now let's use the lm list. Now for using the lm list, I'm going to use the append. As I said that before, lm list we have, right, but here I have just closed the brackets. I have given that empty. This is because here I am going to I'm going to fill that by using append. Now for using, now you may be thinking that why I have created here, why I can't here. Now the reason is that I wanted to create here that one, but I wanted to use these things like this IQ, this ID, but these are not created, right? So for creating that one, I'm using here the append. This is the reason. Now in the brackets, I'm going to create one more bracket, and that is going to be the square brackets. And you know, in this square brackets, I'm going to give the ID, comma cx, comma cy, x, comma cy, okay. And then below this, I'm going to draw again mp draw. This is, but here I have to draw here around mp draw and mp dot draw landmarks, draw landmark, okay. Now we have this one, and then in the brackets I'm going to use here the image which we have created, comma hand landmark. This is the one, and this is because I'm going to, this is after this one I'm going to give the mp hands. After this mp hands comma I'm going to give the again the mp hand, sorry, here the mistake is I have to give the dot mp hands dot hand connections. Now it's going to connect our hands, right? Hand connection, hand connections, okay. Now we have this one. Now we have closed the brackets. Now the next thing that we have to do here is that we have to write some more program, and then these we have to give it the if statements, right? Now for using the if statements, I'm going to press it enter, and here at the end of it I should get here somewhere around here, and I'm going to use the if statement again, and I'm calling that lm list, right, that we have created already. If it is not equal to the empty box, this one square brackets, then here we are giving some of the conditions, like if the lm list is not equal to this empty box, empty this one, and it is going to be the x1 comma y1, and it's going to be equal to same thing, and below this I'm going to give the x2 comma y2, and it's also going to be this one, why this much was, okay, here also, okay. Now here I made the spaces for these two things. I'm going to give the lm list, and then in the brackets I'm going to give the 4, and then in the brackets again 1, and after this I'm going to call the lm list again, which we have created already, and this is going to be the 4. So here we are getting, I think here we are using here the locations coordinates, okay. Now this is going to be the 4 comma 1, and this is going to be 4 comma 2. Now coming down here we have the same thing. I'm going to copy this thing, okay. I wanted to copy, so because both of them are same but the number different, so this is the 8 2 this is going to be 8. So 4 into 2, we are multiplying that again. So this is going to be the 8. Now it's going to be the same thing, but here guys I have to write some more code. But right now I'm not going to write all of the stuff because it's going to waste a lot of time. I'm going to write some more code, and then in the end of it I'm going to start the video, and then I'm going to complete the project. Okay, and then I'm going to show you with that example. Now guys, as you can see here on the screen, that here I have written some lines of code here because it's going to waste the time if I write that on the video. Now here we are drawing the circles on my fingers where the bone is, where my bone is ending. Wherever it is empty, then I'm giving here the line, right? So here we are also giving here the colors, right? Now here we are giving the length, all of those stuff. Right now what you have to do is just we have to run the program. For running that, I'm going to give the cv2 dot, I'm going to give the image show, and then guys in the brackets I'm going to give the image, or let's give the finger volume controller. Okay, now here guys, beside this I wanted to give the image. So this is because here we are calling the image which we have created the variable. Okay, now we are giving the if statement, and that is if the cv2, if the open cv2 dot, I have to give the wait key. If I press any key, and then it's going to close, and this is going to come, and I'm going to close the brackets. Sorry, I'm going to give here the and it is going to be 0xx sorry, ff 0xx 0xff, confused. Okay, now this is going to be the ord, and then I'm going to close here the brackets and give here the q, which means when I press q on my keyboard, it's going to just close all. Now let's break here right now. Now this is just has break. Now if you find this code confusing, right, when I pause the video and then type it, then the github link will be given in the description below, so that you can go there and copy the code. Now we have all of the stuff. Now let's run this program, and it's going to take some time for running. It's running here right now, but here I am getting here the errors. Okay, and that is here we are giving here the comma, and here not about get volume range. So here they are getting the, and the reason that I am getting here errors is that right now I am recording my video and it's not able to capture my video with the Python program. Now I am going to pause the video again, and then I am going to play the video where I have increased and decreased the volume with my fingers. So let's start that. So guys, as you have just saw the video clip which I played right now, and it's able to detect my hand, and it's also reducing and increasing the volume of my laptop. Right now, this is a pretty much simple thing, and the reason that I have not done on the live, and that is because here we are getting errors because here I am recording the video, right? So here it's capturing my video with a camera, but it's not able to capture two videos with the same camera so at a time. So that's why I have recorded the video, screen recorded, and then I have just played that before you right now. Now guys, my code is working, and this code, all of this code will be given in the description below, so that you can go there and copy the code. But just don't just copy and paste the code, because here what we have to do is we have written all of those stuff, right? But we have to learn this, that how to do this one. For learning that, you have to write by your hands, so that you can see and write it, but you have to learn, right? So that's why you have to do like that. Now anyhow guys, that's all for this video. I hope you liked this video and enjoyed watching this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in another tutorial. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.